All right, good morning, everyone. I'm sure you can all hear me. So we'll be starting for the first phase of our project defense. For the past 2 months, we've had our students from the Obagi HCDT who have been taught for the past 1 month, and we want to see what they have been able to do so far. So today, last week we had the full stack track do their defense, and so the amazing things they did. This week we'll be going through with the full stack, with the cybersecurity class and data analytics class. First off, want to see what they have been doing so far. And for the cybersecurity, they've been divided into 5 groups. So the first group will be coming up now from the cybersecurity class. And I think it seemed would come up. And so we have basic things we want to check. The first thing is we want to see the appearance of the students. The appearance has a mark. The composure as well has a mark. The storytelling, how you're able to convey your thought processes to us. That also has a mark. Then your team spirit also has a mark as well. If you have people who are joining online, do they want to share it, that sort of thing. All of those have a mark as well. All right. And then we also have on both ends, I'm aware we have dashboards we want to present. So when it's time for your dashboards, we would definitely look at your dashboards to check what you are trying to display. We also have insights, especially for the data analytics chart. We want to see what your data is actually telling us, what information they do contain. And then the last one would be question and answer. All right. So we have, for each session, we have 10 minutes. No, we have 15 minutes for each session. So you and your team do whatever you need to do to simply. You can get us that started with. However, it will be of note that the organizers of the Obagi HCDT program, they are currently joined online and they are watching this live as well. So whatever you are doing, note that it is being recorded, it's being streamed live, it's being watched live. So we will be starting right about now, and we'll be starting with the first group from the cybersecurity class. So, okay. All
right, so am I going to make use of the board?
Yeah, we'll open the software on the board. Like, given the mouse,
okay.
The software we've been working on is something.
Am I going to talk about the subnetting? Like after I generated my.
Do you have a slide? Did you do a slide for it?
No, I can practically do it.
Okay, no, well, they'll still give you the mouse.
All right.
Group 1. Right, so while Group 1 is currently being presented, Group 2 from the cybersecurity class, you as well want to get set. So this is the clock setting. All right, so this is assume this is 11:45, and so by 12 it will be done.
Okay, good morning everyone, good day my colleagues, my sponsor and the people handling this program. It's been a nice thing to be among this program. So on this particular project, we are giving things to work on, which is a topology in the GNS application. So this topology, we are going to do some collection of different computers and make them in RIP form. This RIP form is a routing information protocol. They are being arranged to take information from the other network. That is the work of this RIP. They go directly and take information, communicate with the system in the other level. That's what it does. So for this aspect, we are given figures to work with. We are given IP addresses. So after the IP address, we have to subnet. Now, in this subnetting aspect, the main purpose of this subnetting is to get other IP addresses that will be working in the same local area network. They will be communicating together within the local area network. That is the good thing about this subnetting. So we are given IP address and we subnetted. After subnetting, we had different IP addresses, network addresses. So let's please zoom in. So after generating those network addresses, we have to assign them to different routers. Then for the ones that have switch, we just assign a network address to this one. Okay, after assigning the network address to this one, you now take the first usable host, you assign it to this switch. Then the switch will automatically share route that IP address to the end user, which is the PC and the browser. So what we did first, we subnetted. We have a different devices. The question was given this way. We have devices that need 5 network. We have the ones that need 2 network and the ones that need 6 network. So all we are given is /24. So we subnetted from that /24. We collected the first 7 ID, we assigned it to the one that needs 5 network and one that needs 2 network. So the remaining ones that need 6 network, we were able to subnet further. With the 8th address, we subnetted further, and we were able to generate these other 6 networks as we needed. So checking from this topology, the address there were generated from the subnetting which we did. So after subnetting, we have to assign to those network. Now, this is how it works in this assigning to different PC. Please, can you bring it up? Okay, this is where we are getting our network from. This is our network provider, and this is the ISP. So from this, the ISP with this arrow one, we are having the first network. Now, this network is this 56, yes. This is 56. Since this network is 56, the first address will go to this one, which is 57. Then the other one is going to this one, which is 58. So that is how it works. The network, for you to get your first usable host, you will add 1 to the network address. That is your first usable host. So since the address is 56, your next one is 57. That is for the ISP. Then the following one, the arrow one, will not take the network for the IP address for 58. So those are the procedures we are able to follow to assign those IP addresses to all of them.
All right. So
Slides.
you
They are not arranged, so it was difficult for us to see. But no worries with the physical appearance. Your machines, they are not yet started, right? So I will test your connections, confirm if everything is okay. So where is your ISP router?
The ISP router is the one at the top.
Okay, okay. What the name, is it this ISP group one?
Yes, it's ISP group one. So we were also able to configure this hotspot aspect. We are able to upload image to it and rename it.
Okay, so we can access the hotspot.
Yeah, you can access this other one, the one from R7.
Okay, you only did it on R7.
R7 and R4. That's what I did.
R7 and
Yes.
R4.
Yes. You can access them. I will give you the login with it. Access it.
Three. So.
The one group1.com.
Group1.com.
Yes, sir.
It's not coming out. One.com. Sorry, what's your issues? What you are doing? You know, you want to work with maximum efficient. I'm verifying the what you do. Okay, from the class, we are aware that you don't use the public resolvable name for your hotspot name, and you use group1.com. I see now that group1 is taking me out of the internet.
Yeah, but when I did the practical on my phone, it's
When you first try to log in, it's going to log in. But you used group1 now, you've used a public resolvable name for your hotspot name. Now I'm trying to go back to that hotspot page and it's taking me out of the internet. So now I can't even verify if your hotspot page is active. Let me look for another network. You say you did it on R7?
yes, R7 also.
On R7, your data2 goes to switch 1. Okay, the switch 1 goes to this Firefox.
All right, so you have 7 more minutes.
This one. What's the
Same thing, right?
one.com? Keep taking me out to the internet. One.com. All right. I can't still find your.
Let me check it on my system, because I just did it before coming on.
If I can't see it now, that's what I'm saying. On your R7, do you know the IP address on it?
Now seven.
The IP address on your R7.
For you.
All right, no, Alan, from what I can see, your internet connection is working from your virtual world to the public network. So that one is a good one. The only challenge you have now is that your hotspot, which is supposed to be the authentication portal, is not working. We are not seeing the page.
And I created everything, also the group members, their logins, I created them.
That's what I'm saying. I know you created it, but right here on the network now, we're trying to browse, right? And we didn't log in, but we are browsing, we're able to browse. All right. How do you log into your router?
So my router.
Port. Let's see the configuration on that R7.
My channel is 3.
How you got it from your. How many minutes more do you have?
Yeah, already.
Okay, it's here already. There's Winbox here already. Okay.
We have 4 minutes more.
Okay.
Demonstrate. Demonstrate.
Yeah, that's great. Good idea. All right, so the rest of the cybersecurity class, please can you come upstairs? You can hear me. All the cybersecurity students. So please come upstairs.
Demonstrate.blazinghost.
Okay.
That's called colon 8011.
Colon 8011. Your password.
Client.
Huh?
Client. CLIENT. CLIENT.
All right. So this should be your ISP router.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I want to go down to your R7. So where is your R7 here?
R7. R7 group 1.
Are you seeing the router? R7 group 1.
Yes, it is in
R7 group 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please, can you find it here?
Yes.
R7 group 1. All right.
All right, so you have 1 more minute.
So let me see your hotspot configuration. Hotspot group 1, then group1.com. Let's change it to something local so that we'll confirm if your hotspot is working. Group.local. Local. Okay. your hotspot is on Eta 2, right? And Eta 2 is the one pointing to your local network. Your time is up. Right, we're good to go. I'm looking at the configuration and
I even did the IP binding, so
you binded the MAC address of that computer of the Firefox.
yes.
And that's why now. That's why we
No,
can't.
it was not, when I tried thinking yesterday, it wasn't thinking. So Juniper said you told you to remove, to bind the IP address from that particular PC.
From that particular PC.
Yeah.
No, voila. I've seen what you've done. I've seen the hotspot configuration is working. Ping confirm here in the router, ping 8 and it's replying. Then the IP address of your gateway 172. Your gateway router, that's this one. The IP address of this router. So 17.1.7 pin 17.1.7. All right, your routing is working, so good one. Can go. What else to say? Okay, it's a good one. From all the check marks that I have, he has gotten 4 of them out of 5. So it's a good one. Just the hotspot page that we couldn't see to log in. But every other thing, it's working. The routers and topologies are all working.
All right. Okay. So, thank you, but please can we have a round of applause for me? So for me, I think your presentation was good. You had, you're able to express yourself, right? So that's, you're not just trying to see that you know what you want, what you are trying to do, but at least you're able to express yourself. So that's also a good one. However, I think I have some concerns concerning your team. You're the only one presenting from your team. So, because the whole idea of this project grouping is that we want to see how you can work together as a team. So if out of, I don't know how many you are in your team, but if you're the only one presenting from that team, which shows that there is lack of coordination, some sort of, and amongst the team. But yeah, it's a good one all the same. So group 2, from cybersecurity, development.
Sorry, this is what I was explaining to you. But my PC is going to. All right, so this is for R4. It's going through. So the users, my group members, they have.
Can you log in? Let's confirm that it's logging in.
Can do that one. One of the users. Yeah, something.
All right, that's good.
All right, group 2. Yes, please. Group 2. No group 2.
Please now.
That was it. What happened? Group three.
Good morning. All.
Good morning. We have 15 minutes for this session. The time starts now.
So I'm just here to defend the projects on the lab we did. So first, like
Which is your group?
group three. So first, like according to what we're asked to do,
Continue.
like this is the ISP router, like ISP meaning internet service provider, and it's connected to 3 routers, like behind, like this one is connected through ETA 1, ETA 2, and ETA 1, ETA 4, and ETA 2. And they will create a bridge like to connect all these routers together, and these other routers will be under it. Like first, this address we're given was like the main IP address. Then we'll subnet it further to fit these other ones here. That's if you count it now, it will be 6 hosts that is needed. So when you subnet it, it will be /29 address, and we assigned all those address to this last one there. And when you check these other ones needed here, the /30 address you need, that is 3 hosts. So we subnetted it and assigned the addresses to this router 1, router 2, and router 3. And this is like we use RIP, like RIP, routing information protocol, not the OSPF to do this.
All right. Is that all? Right. That's all right. Did you configure hotspot?
Yes.
So that means you have a captive portal on your local interfaces where clients log in first. Can we access it? Which of the routers? None of them. So I can pick out any one. And all right, let me test from here. Okay, so this is your captive portal. All right, group 3. Okay, so give me a username.
Erica.
Where?
SERICES. Then
TE.
TES. Password is test.
Test. All right.
Try using the capitals, the E.
ERIKA, right? TEST. Okay. Good. So your captive portal is working. Can we go out to the internet from your local hosts? Okay. So you can go out to the internet. All right. Then the last check we need to check is can packets go from this network down to this network? That's transmit around the network. So what's the network address for this computer here? Yeah.
72.17.3.8.
Find the IP address of the computer. All right, so the computer here over this and is a 172.17.3.34, right? All right. That's here. So I'm going to go out from this other side. So ping 172.17, the word 3.34. Okay. The hotspot is up on that side, right? You have a hotspot on this computer here. You have a hotspot on this network, right? Which is your R1. That's R10. Okay, can we disable it so that I can ping from that end? This is R4. I'm pinging from R4. So let's disable from R4. Okay, so can you help us log in? Group 1, 3, right?
Yes.
What's the login?
Yes.
Password test. Okay. Where's your R4 router? Where? Please show me. This one. Same password, right?
Yes.
Okay. IP hotspot. Let me disable it. Let's we're trying to ping together end of your network, right? This P1. You are right. R4. If you didn't remember the IP address of that computer, try to ping. 34. Right? Let's see how the router talks to that network. We're going down to 172.17, right? 3. The what? 34. Okay, so it's going to go to 3.41, then 3.57, then 3.66, then 3.54, then 3.78, then 3. It's also at 3.78. All right. So it's this router that is preventing to reach this, right? Because of the hotspot on it too, right? All right. So the good one. Let me look at your routing table and see your route also. IP route. Okay, I can see the dynamic route, right? Everything works. All right. Mr. Clement, is any question? No questions. Mr. Musa, any question? For me, no, we're doing networking here, so it's kind of complicated a little, but it's basically what we are trying to do is let me just take it so that our panel will understand. The topology we can see here is we're simulating a physical world. Excuse me. We're simulating a physical world where this can be like Choba This can be like Romokoro. This can be like Lagos State.
Okay.
Different places apart. They are all tied together with some cables, right? That's still the same way the internet and the world operates. So we're trying to ensure that somebody can stay over here in Juba and go out to United Kingdom and search something on the internet, right? Then somebody can stay over here in Lagos and also try to talk to somebody in Juba.
Yeah.
So that's all we are trying to simulate. So the test I'm checking is to make sure that packets can go out from here to the internet. Packets can go out from here throughout the network, right? Then also, there's also a captive portal that makes sure that the users on their network should log in before accessing the internet. I'm going then the last one is to ensure that the way the world works in networking, you don't need to know how to get to everybody, but you can actually get to them, right? Because there are dynamic routes working on the network. So the lab is to check if these students can actually configure those dynamic routes on their router, exchange routes, the routers talk to each other, tell them how to get to each other, and make sure everything is working. And group three has done a good job there too. Also, group one did a good job in the test. Just that their appearance had issues that was stabilizing our own side. So group three, I'm done here.
I just don't have a round of applause for them. Okay. All right, so I think it's also good that you're able to keep to time. You have extra minutes for your presentation. So we're going to the next group. That's group 4. Group 4. So how many were you supposed to be in your group?
Yeah, 5.
5, 5.
No.
4, 4. And just 2 of you came. So in my group, we are 5. And you just have 2 persons. Just the 2 persons. All right.
Mr. Missy, is she in your own group? Who? Mr. Me?
No, she's not. I think she's
Group 5. Group 5. Okay. That one is absent.
Can you move? Can you go this way so the camera captures your face?
So,
All right.
All right, you can start.
All right, my name is Samuel Kunadi. I'm member of a group 4 member. We are here to present our project, which is on routing and networking. So we are presented with a network topology where we are asked, or where we are supposed to reach different people at different locations, supposedly. And we have a different about 11 routers, which we need to use to perform these tasks. So, in form of performing these tasks, we are supposed to have a point-to-point routing between about 6 routers, and this point-to-point routing, like this router and this one, this to this, this to this, to this, and after this. And what we have to do here is we are given different an IP block, and from that IP block, what we did was to subnet to different network. And in this subnetting, we subnetted to networks, 5 networks that will give us 3 users two other networks that will give us 3 users, and 6 networks that gives us 2 users. So after which we went further to create our topology, and from our topology, our ISP is going to the internet, to the cloud, directly connected to the cloud, and has other routers connected to it. So what we did was, after we finished all this, we are supposed to configure our routers with the IP address which we subnetted, and those IP addresses were assigned to different routers. And at the end, what we did was assign each of the routers an IP address. And from here, we connected this from here, from ISP. Eta 1 is going to the cloud, Eta 2 going to router 2, Eta 3 to router 3, Eta 2 to router 1, Eta 3 to router 2, and Eta 4 to router 3. And these different routers are just like junction from this central router. And this junction router are also connected to other routers. And from here, we have a bridge which is connected to each of the last routers in each of these networks. And that bridge is also connected to a browser and a PC. So we are able to configure our network in a way that each of these networks can talk to each other and also can go online. Our system can go online, and our browser can also go online. So after which we also did another task which we assigned a hotspot to each of these routers, and after which, the reason for this hotspot is to create a login access, so that anybody cannot just log into our network and start using it. So what we have to do is create a bridge or create a barrier through that hotspot, in a way that when you want to log in, you must log in through our login detail. So here we successfully configured 4 and 10 to go online. That's the router 10. So this browser and these can go online using our group login details.
All right, that's all right.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, before you comment.
I don't know, were you the only one that did this stuff? Because I see you're the only one talking about the.
No, we are four of us that did it. Though one of our group members has been unavoidably absent. So the 4 of us that have been available did it together.
So I'm expecting that the 2 of you who are available share the presentation. Or is he the one going to take over from, as you stop now, the questions? Would he be the one to respond?
No, I think, let me say, the information we actually got was one person is just supposed to just present what we do. Then if there is question, then the other person can just
Yeah. I told them that one person would present the job. Well, we can ask the questions to everybody.
All right. Go on.
Okay. So to pass our check marks, we have to ensure that your hotspot is working. We'll check on your hotspot. We'll also check on your routing if packets are going from this network down here to this network, right?
Yes.
Then we also ensure that packets are also going out from this network down to the global internet. All right. So let's test the hotspot first of all. So I'm going to go to this end of your network, that's this browser. So what's your, okay, I can see that you have already tested it before.
Yes.
So what's the login page?
Login page is hotspot dot
hotspot
dot for land.
dot for
For land, yes.
land, like this.
Yeah.
It's not responding. Is this the correct spelling?
Let me check. Yeah, that's our login, our hotspot.
Okay, what's the IP address of the router facing the hotspot?
The IP address of the router is 172.17.4.17.
Okay. 172.
7.4.17.
Yes. So what's the name of the hotspot page? Hotspot
Dot for land.
dot for land.
Land, yes.
I think that's wrong. It's not working.
That's let me cross check it again. But that's what we use. Let me know.
Okay, no worries. I've gotten what I need from there. Call the IP address of the router again. 172.17.17.
17.4.17.
Did you bind this browser?
No, I didn't bind the browser.
It's hotspot.lan, not hotspot4. See it here now. That's what it's responding with. Hotspot.lan.
I did a whole lot of configuration, so I changed it. So I later changed it. That's not.
Okay. Let me see if I can get that login page. Cook is not letting me. Hotspot. Sorry. Hotspot.lan. Okay, it's forcing us to log in, but no other. I can see that it's working. I have logged in with group 4. Okay, let's test from this other end.
Yes.
The hotspot working there. I've also signed in here already.
Yes.
Okay, I've not signed in.
Actually, we have an issue with the logo. We tried and the email was not coming up.
That's why I want to see the login page. I'm looking for a system that you've not logged on with.
Not those ones.
You didn't set up hotspots here.
Yes, I have not.
Okay, which one did you set up hotspot? Just these two.
I just need to.
Okay, let me confirm. The IP address on this end, the IP address of the router on this end.
172.41.
4.41.
Yes.
Okay. 172.17.4.41. It's also logged in. There's no hotspot here.
That particular one.
Yeah, there's no hotspot here. It's taking me to your router login page, so there's no hotspot.
I actually did the configuration and I tested it.
Using condition. Next time.
172.17.4.41, right? 172.17.4.41. There's no hotspot. Okay, no worries. We can, is it going out to the internet? That's the next check.
Yes.
Google.com. Google.com is responding. Okay, internet is working. So let's now do some things and see. So from this computer here, these are PC5. I'm going to ping the IP address of this router here, router 4, to check if your network is working. As if I can go from here to this switch, to this router, 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 and down to R4, right? So what's the IP address of R4?
16.17.
17.4.17. All right, so I'm going to ping it from here. Ping, let me first of all ping the internet and see if it's responding. There's no IP address on the computer. That PC5, there's no IP address on it.
Send IP address, or maybe I didn't see it.
Okay, no, while we're going. Ping 8.8.8. All right, the computer can go out to the internet. All right, then let's ping the router 4. So it's 172.17.4.17. Okay, it's responding also. Right. Then I'll do a trace route to see how it gets down to that IP address. So trace 172.17.4.17, right? Okay. 6 hops, 6 routers. So it goes through this first, this other one, 4.9, 4.65, 4.58, and 4.17. Okay. Calculators.
You understand what you are trying to achieve with this topology? Yes. Okay, let me just ask one simple question. Which topology?
These are
No, no, let me ask SN. The SN, which topology?
this topology actually is a topology for a local area network.
The question is asking is, in networking, we have names of topology. When you interconnect computers, you actually have a name for them. So it's asking you now, which of that topology scheme did you use?
Let me help you. This is a tree topology, but in networking, anyhow you arrange the nodes, arrange the routers, arrange them according to the topology. There are like 5 topologies.
So this one now is a tree. You can see them and they're like branches. This is a tree topology.
Yeah.
That's what is actually acting there.
Thank you very much.
All right. Sam?
Yeah. It's a nice one. However, I have concerns. I think the concerns spreads across different groups. I'm noticing that it's just one person that is doing the talking. The aim of this group project thing is to see how you can work with team members. Right, so if you talk about one part, the other person should say what he did to, contribution, his own contribution to the project. And I see that's lacking. I mean, your instructor said that was the structure, but it's doesn't. I mean, there could have been an individual project. I don't know if you get my point. Right? Yeah. So for it to be a group project means everybody has to say something. So other than that, I think it's a good presentation. So it's a good one. And, kudos to your team. All right. Okay, you can go. Please, let's talk to them. All right, the group two members, they are saying they want to share their screen. Somebody is online, says they want to share his screen. So please share. I think that that's Sylvia Onyeri. Can you share your screen now so you can make your presentation? Hello, Sylvia. Okay. Can you unmute your mic? Hello, Sylvia, can you hear us? If you can, please unmute your mic. May have to skip you if you cannot unmute. Yeah, that's questions. All right, we may need to move on because of time. So group 5. Yes. Yes, please. You're up next. Meanwhile, the data analytics track, you want to start getting ready because this is the last group for the cybersecurity, so that you can present. You can start.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
We are group 5 members, and we're supposed to be 5 of us, but one of our members just successfully submitted.
Oh,
Okay.
just submit.
So we're not 6, but thank you, RGB. So,
I think she's online.
Okay,
Yeah, so
She's online.
all right.
Yeah.
So here with me is the rest of the team. My name is Dr. Juniper, and then
I am Nidi Nathaniel.
okay, so this is our laptop.
This is our lab topology. And in this lab topology, you can see that it has up to 11 routers. The best router is our internet service protocol router, which will deliver internet service to all the other routers connected to it. And looking at it for our router 1, it's connected point to point to the ISP router. even the router 2 and router 3. While router 4 and router 5 are bridged to a router 1. Then they are connected to a switch. Then PCs and the Firefox browsers are connected to it. In setting up this topology, we have to assign IP addresses to the different routers and the PCs. What we did, we were given a subnet CD CIDR notation of a /24 network of 172.17.5.0, CIDR notation of 24. We subnetted to /25 to 29, sorry, to contain the network of 3 hosts. About 6 network here requires 3 hosts. This network is this. So they have a CIDR notation of /29 network. In order to be able to give these other routers IP addresses, we notice that they have only 2 hosts. What we did is we further subnetted to a CIDR notation of /30. You notice this has 172.17.5.60/30 CIDR notations. So for the other network in this topology that has 2 hosts, they have a CIDR notation of /30 network. I think my colleague can take over.
Okay, so what you're saying is that if you check this topology very well, you notice that we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different networks, right? So this one here, this other network here requires 3 hosts. So we have to look for a network that can accommodate 3 hosts. So from our IP pool, we're able to subnet to a /10 network, which of course will give us the liberty of connecting 3 hosts. And because this one's here, this point-to-point networks only require 2 hosts, we have to further subnet so we don't waste our IPs. We submitted to a /30 host, 30 address, so it can give us what we're looking for. Right, so after that, what we did was we went ahead to arrange, of course, the topology grid is arrange our connectors and the rest, and then went further into assign the IP addresses. Like she mentioned earlier, this point-to-point, this thing, we just assign the IPs to different connection ports, the different data, and then for the router 1 and router 3, what we did was we had to bring up a bridge so we can connect the 2 routers under them, under its router 4 and router 5. And of course, we also had to assign a DSP server to router 4 so the end device under it, like the Firefox browser and the VPC, can obtain IPs dynamically. We did that for router 4, this router 4 there, router 9, router 5, 9, 7, and 10. So they can obtain IP address dynamically. So after that, what we did was we now did our routing using our IP, of course. So what we did was we had to route this whole network so that the end devices can go up to the ISP, communicate the ISP, and also return back, and also go from one point that is from from router 4 down to router 10. After which we now did we now configured hotspots. Now, hotspot we configured was only on 3 networks. The first one was on router 4, second was on router 9, and the last one was on router 10. So if you check these different networks, you see they have hotspot configured on them, and you can log into the hotspots. Also, we also created a different user profile for all the group members, even Mrs. Timothy, who is not here also. Hey, who is online? Yes, hi, Mrs. Timothy. So that was basically what we did.
Okay. That's a good one. Let's clap for them, please. Group 5. Okay. So we'll start with the hotspot. So which network and which network has hotspot, please?
Okay, router 4 has network, which is 172.17.5.
This is router 4, right?
Yeah, router 4.
Okay, so this Firefox browser has hotspot.
Yes.
Okay, so let's access it. This is your hotspot page.
Here is the hotspot page. I think it was already on here, so.
Can I refresh? Okay, it's working. Yeah, I'm trying to ensure that it's working. So let me hotspot for the
No, hotspot arrow for
group. Okay, call it
hotspot arrow for
R4
dot group five.
dash 5. Okay, so that's the page loading, right?
Yes.
Wow, it's like you guys know how to do UI UX. Because I'm seeing not just network engineers here, I'm not seeing web developers also. Okay, so give me a login, let me log in.
Okay, you can use Juniper.Koru as the username and then Juniper.
Initial capital. Is capital.
Yes,
Okay.
capital Juniper, PER, then space Dakoru, DAKORU.
The
Use a capital D, sorry. I don't know if it's
capital D.
Yes, DAKORU. And then the password is Juniper, capital J, the small letter.
Okay, that's good. It's working. Okay, hotspot is working. Let's check for external connectivity to the internet. So google.com. Okay, Google is responding also. All right. That's a good one also. So let's the other ones, your local pinging. So let's try that. Which network now does not have hotspot?
Okay, the arrow card does not have the hotspots, and the arrow set does not have hotspots.
This network here does not have hotspot.
Yes.
Okay, so let me go down to the PC. That's PC4. PC4. You say you configured the DHCP server, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so this is the IP address it obtained, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's ping the internet again from that computer. All right, internet is going through. Okay, can you give me the IP address of this router here?
That is a 172.17.5.41.
5.41.
Yes.
Okay, so ping 172.17.5.41. All right. Okay, end-to-end connectivity. Let's see the path also, the routers that it's going through. So trace 172.17.5.41. All right, 6 routers, 5.25, 5.17, 5.65, 5.70, 5.41. Okay. Yeah, from what I see here, you did well. And I can also see that all the group members are carried along, right? Everybody understands what's happening in the network. So, Mr. Cletus.
You did well. You did well. Okay, I just want to ask 2 questions. The first one, you say you use CIDR as classless environment routes. Okay. What would you say is the benefit of using this one and the normal class? See, we do not. It's okay. And what were the challenges, right? That's one of the challenges. Or everything just went smoothly.
The thing is that we had a very good team. So it made the work very easy. But one challenge we had was configuring the hotspot pages of the other hotspots enabled routers. So we found that after editing the first one, we uploaded to router 4, and then we tried to upload to router 9. Was not really working. We had to it was a lot of things. And then the picture page too, we had to try a couple of, what's it called, logos before we go one that could show, because it was showing us this broken.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, before we move on over to Mr. Nosa, please, I'm sorry for that. He's my brother. Okay, before I move on to Mr. Nosa, what Mr. Cletus was actually asking for the first question, so that you actually know the answer. You use classless, which is the CIDR, isn't it? Which is /24, that allows you to subnet further to /29 and /30. That's actually variable length subnet mask, isn't it? It allows you to subnet further. When it's asking you, so what's the benefit of using the classless over the classful? The classful is the fixed length subnet mask, which does not allow you to have different subnet masks for different networks. So you understand? So the classful now allows you to have /29 and /30 to enable you fit the networks inside the small IP block that was given to you. You understand? That's the benefit of using classless. All right, Mr. Musa.
Thank you, sir. All right. I want to say I'm impressed. Yeah. I'm impressed because the whole idea is achieved. The idea of group project thing, right? I see everyone is carried along. Everyone is, is carried along exactly. And that's one thing we are also trying to, because out there you won't be working alone. You'll be working with people you've never met before, right? And but the task has to be done. So you will say because XYZ is not around or is not, and then you leave the person hanging and all of that. So it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm really impressed with even your composure. Yeah. So we'll also try to give, you can please.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Group 2. I would want to give you another chance, another opportunity. Try to unmute, I don't know, try to unmute them again. Group 2, can you?
That's Savior for you.
Savior, please try to unmute. We are asking you to unmute now. So you just click on.
Yeah, it was. I was finding it difficult to unmute because you didn't enable me.
Okay, can you share your screen now?
Okay, thank you. I believe you can see my screen now.
Okay, yes, we can.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's start the timer. All right, so your timer started.
Okay. Thank you very much. I was having difficulty with my connecting to GNS3 blazing host server, so I had to do the project all over again on GNS3 VM on my system. So my group, I did try.
We'll lock you for a minute. Hello,
Okay.
Mr.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is a project carried out on GNS3. We actually identified networks that need 3 hosts and network that needs 2 hosts. If you check from arrow 1, arrow 4, connected to arrow 5, they need 3 hosts. From IS to arrow 1 needs 2 hosts. Same thing with arrow 3 to ISP and arrow 2 to ISP. So we did the subnet max, and we use the routing protocol ROIP to make the routers to talk to each other. So at the end of this whole thing, after the ROIP and hotspot connected to the arrow 4, arrow 7, and arrow 8, it was able to talk to the internet, and the routers were able to talk to themselves. So that's it.
Okay. So you're saying that from R4, we can go over down to R10, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll request for remote control so that we can talk to your network directly. Would you give us access to your screen? All right. Okay, so which of your network here has a network hotspot, sorry?
Arrow 4, arrow 7, and arrow 8.
Okay, so from R4 here, we can get hotspot. So what's the domain name for your hotspot?
Hotspot group.
Hotspot. I'm listening.
Group. .LAN. Jesus.
Not working now.
It was working before now.
Okay, what's the IP address of the router? Hold on. What's the IP address of the router?
172.17.2.9.
Okay. All
Sorry,
right,
I could not design the interface because of time. I didn't have time because it was
no problem. But you know how to design it if need be, right?
yes.
Okay. I'll take your words for it. So give me a username and password. Let me test it out.
Admin.
Admin. All right. What's the password?
7654321.
7654321. Okay. Confirm your hotspot is working, and the IP address of this browser is 2.14. Okay. Which other network? Which network here is without hotspot?
Here I have 8.
Okay,
without hotspot.
Yes, without hotspot.
Arrow 9 is without hotspot. Sorry, arrow 10.
This one here.
Arrow 10. Yes.
So let's log on to the computer at that end. Okay, so I don't see an IP address on this computer.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay. So let me ping Google first. Okay, we didn't check if your hotspot page was browsing. We'll go back to it. We can't reach out to the internet. All right. You cannot reach out to the internet group too. Let me check your browser again. Does this one, right?
Yeah.
Yes. The 14. .com. Okay, this network can reach to the internet, but this other network over here is not reachable.
But when I tried, it was working.
From this PC to the internet, we are not able to go out now. That's it. I'm pinging 808 and it's not replying. Let me ping again. Ping 808. It's timing out. Okay, let's ping. Let's do an internal test and see if we can go over to the other network. So I'll ping the IP address of that browser. Ping 172.17.2.14. It's also timing out. So I don't think your routing is working. Your dynamic routing is not working. And we can't trace route if we can't ping. So no need for the trace. But just to be sure, let me still do the trace. 172.17.2.14. Not going out.
Hmm.
All right. Mr. Silvio.
Yes.
Your network is not complete.
I think it might just be that particular
okay, yes,
link.
These people in Chuba, you have disconnected them. They cannot go out to the internet.
Well, it was not easy, Sharpo. It was not easy. It was not easy.
You are saying it's not easy. It's like you did this work alone.
That's what I'm saying, that my group members could not access GNS 3.blazing host. So for them to start making configuration, I think, so I had to just do everything yesterday evening. I had to just redo everything from beginning to the end. So I don't know this particular leg.
All right. About that, you asked me why you couldn't connect, and I had to check out what was the problem. And I told you your ISP router on the server, this ISP router here, you removed the IP address on this link.
I did not remove IP address.
No, we are not arguing. Don't worry, we are not arguing. You removed the IP address on this link going out to the cloud, which means anybody from the external world trying to talk to your router could no longer access it. Are you following?
Yes.
Well, no worries.
So how do I add it back? How was I supposed to add it back?
You know how to configure your router, isn't it? We know how to configure our router.
Yes.
How to add IP address. You should know now.
But whenever I come to SpeedLink and connect, the IP address there can connect to the internet, and the routers can start. I can consult to each of the routers. But when I get home, I can't consult to the routers. Even the IP address there cannot even connect to the internet. So it's like a different thing when you come to the house and come to Speed.
Should I ask other group if it's a different thing? Do you want me to ask them?
So I think Juniper was there. Yesterday, Juniper was with me, and we are trying to connect We were trying to connect, it could not
He has
work.
called your name. From outside the world, from outside speaking, it's not reachable.
Juniper was there, I think LK was there, and Hope was there too. So we are trying to like get access to the route. It was not working.
Even till this morning, I think it was not working. Also, was not working.
Also was not working from the house.
Yes.
Till we got here.
Till we got here. Because we thought the server was down or something.
Okay. Mr. Cletus.
It's okay, just that one of the basic things we want to know is that do you understand the process? Do you really understand what you did here?
Yes, I understand what I understood. Everything we have learned.
Okay, one more question. You said you guys did use RIP, right? Hello.
Yes, I use RIP.
Okay, and you did OSPF in class now.
Yes, we are to do RIP with this
Hello, Mr. Xavier, are you still there?
Yes, I think we are asked to use RIP for this particular project.
Yes, and he did OSPF in class now, right? I just want to compare, to ask you, since you did it, which one?
Yes.
Yes, since you did it too, and you've seen how the thing is done, which one do you think is more efficient or from your own perspective?
Well, I think OSPF is more let's say it's too cumbersome. But the best to use is the OSPF because the RIP is just for a smaller network, but the OSPF is for a bigger network. So when you're trying to apply the principle in a larger network, it will be very good to use OSPF.
Okay, thank you. OSPF is usually better for maybe even if you want to scale up your this thing, it's better. The RIP is usually used for the small scale and all the stuff. It's okay, thank you.
Mr. Musa, over to you. Well done, Mr. Xavier. I think you really saved your group.
Thank you very much, sir.
You are welcome. You are welcome. So, however, is there any reason as to why your group members they are not, I mean, not in class or even online? Or do you have anyone online?
I don't know. Please, if you are in group 2, signify by giving at least an emoji or a comment at least.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Xavier and group 2. That's a nice one. And I think to wrap up with, want to have a remark from our managing consultant, Mr. Dan. Mr. Dan, are you there? Please help me check. I think he's trying to talk.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much. We have been watching the presentation right from the onset, and it's quite gladdening to see the amount of work you all have put into this. And we just tell you to keep it up. Though one of the essence of this quarterly presentation is to see your progress and also to see the areas we can also come in. And you also be reminded that in about 2 to 3 weeks' time, you would have to write 3 international exams. I don't know if your instructor have told you. So you have to start preparing for that almost immediately because you have to sit for those certifications in 2 to 3 weeks' time. But it has to be done before the end of the year. You write those 3 exams on 3 days. That you now be going next certification class where you be divided into CH or CCT. And we may have licenses for only 20 students. And those 20, the selection will be done based on those that come physically to class and also partake actively in whatever we are doing. If you recall, the certification exam, that is the ethical hacking or CCT, is fully paid and sponsored by SpeedLink. So we also reserve the right to decide the students we are going to give those licenses. And we can't give the license when we are not certain if you would scale through in the exam. And the only way we can that is those who receive cybersecurity classes and not virtual, and not to watch and read the videos at home. So those licenses, the decision will be done internally by the team and also based on your level of preparedness. But by ending of December, January, the CEH and CCT classes will start and everything about networking will be ended. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. For what I've seen, I think we have already gotten quite a good number of network engineers we can integrate to our team. So as many of you that will be interested in that offer, you could reach out to your instructor so that we see how best we can start the integration process so that whatever you have presented, you could now start applying it in real life scenarios. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so with that, we have come to the end of the sessions for the cyber security class. So please you can go downstairs to join the call while we welcome the data analytics track for their own session. Oh. Okay, what? The data analytics track, please, we are waiting for you guys upstairs now. You can only see 3 persons leaving the class. The data analytics track, can we skip, do you want us to skip you guys? So the people I'm seeing in class,
I'm not here. Okay, maybe they are working or something.
where?
Yeah, so they are downstairs. That's the big center.
All right, okay. Okay. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so we want to start the project presentation for the data analytics track. And just like you have seen your colleagues in the other track present, we want to see how well you have been able to grasp all that have been taught you in the past couple of months, from your appearance to your composure to how well you tell your stories, then your teamwork. And then for you at data analytics track, want to see how well you are able to present your dashboard. And then move over to the insights. And then a bit of question and answers from the please open. All right, group one. Can we have you started? So before you start, sorry, I'll just give you an overview of what we are expecting from. Fortunately, I am the instructor for the data analytics track. The group has been divided, or the class has been divided into three. And for the three classes, we have about 19 students for each of the groups. And they have been equipped with data sets. And we want to see how well they can interpret their data and also analyze and visualize the data as well. I think because for the first group, their data set has to do with superstore sales data. And for the second group is a health, has to do with health and well-being, right, of certain individuals. And then the third group is for customer churn rates for a telecommunication provider. So let's see what they can come up with at the end of the day. And I am sure that they would do well. So yes, group one.
Okay. Good afternoon to all our instructors here in Speaking High Tech Solution, and also good afternoon to our fellow students present. My name is Obagi Otreda, and we are members of one data analytics. And with me here are with me here are my colleagues. So we are here for our dashboard presentation. And before creating a dashboard, what you need first is the data. So we got the data, and there are sources whereby you can get data from. So for this particular data which we have here, we got it from cargo.com. So please, can I have the data? Just a second.
Sorry, I'd love for you to start afresh.
Okay.
And you are being timed.
Okay.
The time starts now.
Okay, good afternoon to all our instructors here in SpeedLink High Tech Solutions, and also good afternoon to our fellow students who are present here. My name is Owuzechi Ochweja, and with me here are my fellow group members. So we are here for our dashboard presentation, and to create a dashboard, what you need first is to have a data from, but the one we are working with was gotten from cargo.com. So please, can I have the data? Okay, please help me out. So the data we have here so this is the data we have. Now, looking at this data, someone who is not a data analyst may think that the data is very clean, but as a data analyst, we know that the data is not very clean. Why? It's because the column for order dates and ship dates are supposed to be aligned to the what? To the right. But the one given to us was not aligned to the right, it was aligned to the left. So we took the data to Power Query, where we changed the format from text to date format. And after which the data was not clean, and then we closed and load the data. Then after which we discovered that the data was then properly cleaned, and then we moved on to pivot table. My colleague is here to talk more on the pivot table.
Yes, so about the pivot table, for you to insert a pivot table, when you bring in a pivot table, first of all, pivot table is used by those working with big data sets. Those working with big data sets use pivot table to organize and analyze their data. So when you bring in a pivot table and you see the pivot table fit, in pivot table fit, you should know once you are going to the table you are going to bring into value, the table you set to filters, the rows and values. If you don't know where you are going to get them, you cannot get an accurate data set. So when you want to add, for example, we were given a profit margin, which was not in the pivot table fit. So we have to go to the DAS measure. DAS measure means data analysis expression, which we went to DAS measure. We created a DAS measure for it using sum of sales and sum of profit times 100 to make a profit margin, which is found here. And if you don't stick your sum of sales and sum of profit to the values rows, and when you misplace them to columns and this, you can't get a proper data set. That's all about pivot table. Then use the pivot table to create your dashboard. So one of my colleagues is going to tell us about the dashboard.
Okay, so this is dashboard for a superstore. The dashboard is basically a tool that is used to represent data from a data set or data in a visual representation. So in this dashboard, we have mostly column charts and pie charts or donut charts. Column charts, they are used to visualize products, things like products, while pie charts are used to visualize sales, budgets, or anything that concerns money or currency. So from this, and then the sliders. The sliders is what would make this dashboard interactive. It gets data from the pivot table, brings it here, and when you can use it for any category. You can use it for EA or maybe a department you want to see their charts on this pivot table, and when you click on each of the years or categories that you want to see their charts, they appear as charts on the dashboard. So my colleague here will dive deeper into the explanations of how this works. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Maxwell. Okay. So on this dashboard, the dynamic or
can say a dynamic or interactive dashboard, meaning it can change. So the slicer is simply make a dynamic dashboard, giving it options like addition of the year of sales, and the shipping mode. Okay, from this dashboard, we created our KPI. KPI simply means key performing indicators. Okay, please control it. Control on the dashboard. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's the keyword.
On slicer. Okay, look at the KPI. On the KPI, from our dashboard, we observe that majority of the orders we are ordered and done using this standard class. So the standard class tend to be cheaper, and they are mostly used by most of the orders. Okay. From our dashboard, we have an insight that the majority of the shipments we are done using the standard class. And also we have a total sales of 2,297,000 and a total sales of 7,870. So you can see that this is a overall dashboard of the whole sales. So if we insert our slicer to 2014, the profit margin change. This is a call for 2017. If we make it to 2015, you observe the change in the profit margin, which lets you know that it's an interactive, a dynamic dashboard. Also, if you come to the slicer by shipping mode, when we choose the second class, which was second to the standard class, you observe the change in the slope of profit and sales. Also, the total sales there has changed to 14. The standard class, you observe the total sales is now
Use the
1.
mouse.
Use the mouse. If you observe, you understand that total sales is now 1 million. That's to show you that slides that meets the dynamic. You can nav to each different shipping mode and classes. From our KPI, also have the insight of that the majority of the sales, the high sales by month is November. November has the highest sales, while September has the highest profits. My friend spoke about the pivot table. The pivot table in the segment class has the highest, customer segment has the highest sales and profits. Okay, thank you.
Can I see your dashboard, please?
Put it on the board.
All right. So first off, So I noticed the slider for the year is only interacting with the profit margin. Yeah, it's only interacting with the profit margin. There's an issue with that. Secondly, your profits by ship mode. The title, why is it covering your chart? The title is on top. Is it? All right, so somebody mentioned Power Query. Someone mentioned Power Query. Solomon, is Power Query, is it an app you downloaded or like what's Power Query?
Well, actually, Power Query is not an app.
Oh, okay.
It's embedded in Excel. It's a plugin.
Oh, okay. So what's it used for?
It's used in the process of data cleaning Excel in order to bring up data to standard, to increase data integrity and consistency.
So based on your chart, it's a little bit. So based on your chart, for so it's safe to say that in what do you have as the for profit margin discount by profit and sale? What do you have on the x-axis?
Yes.
Now the figure 0, 0.1, 0.1.
Discount.
That's the discount. The profit and sale by 7. So it's safe to say that the profit is relational to your sales. Okay. Does anybody have anything to say? So are these guys making profit or your store? Is it making profit?
Yes.
Compared to the sales they are making?
Yes.
They are making profit. So it's safe to say we should keep on buying, we should buy more of consumer related products compared, because it's consumer related products that are bringing in more profits.
Yeah.
More profits. So it's safe to say, so those are the kind of recommendations I'm respecting here, right? And so want to know, based on what you have done, advise the board of directors of what should they do going forward.
Okay, sir.
Right.
So based on our analysis, this store can actually rake in more revenue if channel more of our energy and resources in satisfying the consumer product orders. And not just that, in terms of the shipment methods, we stick more to the standard class. We stick more to the standard class, we will realize more profit at a very high margin, very, very high margin. I know I recommend we could use a method where our response to first class, same day, and second class shipments, we could schedule them. We don't respond to them. It helps us gather them and sell them out in batches because these orders come in, but they don't bring in much profit. But the standard class shipping method brings in a lot of profit. So if we could be responding to more of standard class regularly, while these ones we schedule, we attend to the other shipping methods by schedule, and then we stick to the consumer products, the superstore will make much more profit.
All right, thank you very much. So yeah, for group one, the appearance was good. Composure was good. Although I had a bit of problems with your storytelling style, wasn't so top notch, but yeah, it can be better. All right, teamwork, amazing. Your dashboard, I'll call you a little above average. Right, and then your insights, I'll also score you a little above average for that as well. And your question and answer, I think you answered the questions I asked. So good one, group one. Group two. Group two. Find the latest financial. Enable content. All right. All right, so your time has started.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Omila Okote, representing Group 2. So we are a group of healthcare data analysts, and we were tasked with finding out how sleep, healthcare, and lifestyle relates to the choices we make. So we got our data set from cargo.com. And we downloaded the data as an Excel document, which we opened with Excel 2019 version. So our data set wasn't as clean as this, so we had to take it into Power Query to edit and categorize some of our data. Now, let's go back to the pivot table. So one of the tools we used performing our explorative data analysis was the pivot table, where we were able to summarize the data set. We did this because we needed to create a nice dashboard for our stakeholder to understand insights we'll be able to derive from the dashboard. So we did analysis on the sleep pattern and the heart rate. As you can see on the dashboard. Okay, let me understand this. As you can see on the dashboard, we have a total of 374 patients that we analyzed. And from that demographic, we have 185 of them being female and 189 being male. Amongst these, we understand that sleep quality by stress, okay? Sleep quality by stress shows that there is a high relationship. So a lot of them have like low sleep quality when we ran our analysis, and it's represented in this pie chart over here. So we also did another analysis on BMI. BMI is body mass index by total patients. And we realized that majority of our patients fell under overweight, and a few of them were obese. So we also did sleep disorder and the patients we have. So a lot of them they do not have any sleep disorder, but quite a number of them have sleep apnea, which involves difficulty in breathing when people sleep. So I'm going to hand over to my awesome colleague over here to take on the next.
Good morning. Based on our dashboard, some of the things we analyze is sleep disorder by gender. And from our dashboard, we can see that some of the sleep disorders we encountered was insomnia, and we encountered sleep apnea, and then majority of the patients didn't have any sleep disorder. And yes, we analyzed it by gender, and we can see from the dashboard that insomnia, though it's fewer patients, but among those fewer patients, majority of them were male, and the fewer of them was female. Well, the majority of them were male, and the fewer ones were female. And then on the sleep apnea, we can see it's majority of female and fewer male. And from that, it will be something that the stakeholders can look at to understand why these things are affecting certain genders more than the other genders. And then on the physical activity level and heart rate, we can deduce from the dashboard that it's not really that the heart rate is not really affected by physical activity, because we can see that some people with high physical activity still have lower heart rate, and some with low physical activity still have a lower heart rate. So we can't say that physical activity has any correlation with heart rate. Thank you.
So is it safe to say that they have rested after that? Because I mean, when you do physical activities, it's very expected that your heart rate goes high. So if your data is saying it's not related, so is there a surprise? Have they rested at some point before the data was taken or something?
No, the data is possible because the data will go with data from the hospital. So most of the time, people tend to come to hospital in the morning. So it's possible they come after resting overnight.
Sorry, please, can you guys zoom? All right. From our dashboard here, we want to look at BMI by heart rate. As my colleague has earlier mentioned, BMI stands for body mass index. So we can see that increased BMI tend to lead to obese patients. When you have a lower BMI, it leads to lower heart rate. And then coming over here, it's a line graph that talks about heart rate by BP. That's hypertension. It means that heart rate tends to, when your heart rate is high, it's associated to high BP or hypertension. And when your heart rate is low, it means you have a lower BP. So from this chart, it is obvious and we can see what is going on, that heart rate has something to do with our BP.
Thank you very much. So can sleep
can your stress level affect the duration you sleep? And are there certain professions that are more exposed to stress? Now we'll answer that question with our data. This is a column chart that illustrates occupation by sleep duration, and then this is another that demonstrates occupation by stress level. From our chart, we see that the engineers enjoyed longer duration of sleep than the salespersons. While compared with this, we notice that the engineers are at the lowest cadre or the lowest ladder of stress level. So it's safe to say that there is a direct correlation between your stress level and your sleep duration, and also by occupation. The salesperson here had shorter duration of sleep. And then coming over to stress level, you will see that they are at the highest rank of the ladder when it comes to stress. So you begin to wonder what's happening with the sales representative. Are they giving so much targets to meet up? This is part of what we constitute our recommendations when we present our data set to the hospital management board, and for them to look at. Thank you very much. So we have someone online that wants to talk on this.
Yeah, she can unmute and talk.
That's daily gender by daily steps by gender.
Okay, I'll be talking on BMI category by age. As you know, BMI is the body mass index, which is a widely used measurement for weight status. If you watch the data sets from our dashboard, we see that as individually, the older they get, the more obese and overweight they get. And this is due to physical activities and lifestyle changes and other weight activities. So I also leave here for my colleague when we bring about the recommendations and other things. Thank you.
Furthermore, to make a more interactive dashboard, we added sliders, three sliders. We added three sliders to the dashboard, the first being the gender. Gender, click on female.
No.
Click on female. You see that it's showing only the figures for female, and also you can see that on different aspects of the dashboard, it's only showing representation for the female. If you also go down to the occupation slicer, click on the countdown. You see it's only showing the specific figures for females who are countdowns, not males. Please click on those. You would see that it's interactive, it changes depending on what you choose. We also created that for sleep disorder. Based on different ones you pick, it will change as well. Change notification. I'll call on the next person to speak.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, the host was not allowing me to unmute. I'm going to be talking on the daily steps by gender. So, judging from looking at the visualization on our dashboard, it is clear that we can see that the females have a lesser daily, they engage lesser in physical activities, while the males engage more in physical activities because looking, I don't know, they've changed it. It's not showing the initial visualization, but the initial visualization would see that the males have more daily steps than the females. So we can literally say that the males engage in more physical activities than the females. Thank you.
Okay, recommendations? All right. As my colleague has spoken, the purpose of our dashboard is to give an in-depth insight on the various factors that affect sleep orders. So we have factors like the age, occupation, stress level, sleep duration, and all of that. I'm not going to go straight into the recommendation. So as healthcare data analysts, we recommend that health professionals and doctors should encourage their patients to ensure they engage more in physical activities. Physical activities like running, jogging, at most 150 minutes every week, you should run and jog. That would enable you to sleep properly. And also, we also recommend that the board management to see how they can inculcate stress management courses. So once in a while, you can take courses on how to manage stress, how to rest better. And for those that are obese, we also recommend health education for those persons. So once in a while, the management can come together to organize those professional classes that would help, that would intimate people on how to give priority to their health. So meal plan can be drafted. Oh, these are the kinds of meals you should take. These are the kinds of food you should eat to ensure that your weight level does not affect your sleep. And also, we also recommend that activities like meditation, activities like yoga should be introduced as well. That would also go a long way to reduce the stress level. Thank you.
I'll just talk about recommendation. Recommendation is actually the route of actually teaching someone on what to do at every point in time. It could be a house, it could be a hotel, like the one recommended hotel, it could be jobs. And the dashboard is actually, it's talking about heart rate, it's talking about occupation and the rest.
All right. Good job. Good job. I see you have been able to tie the respective charts together, and you have also been able to you've seen some problems with respect to the data, and then you also provide possible recommendations and solutions. Can you click on the female or male, the slicer? When you click on the male, what happens? Did it change?
Yes,
Click on the female.
it's female. It's on
Okay, click on male. Okay.
down to occupations, sleep types.
Amazing. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Which one is it? You will do this. Let me see.
Just can we have 15 minutes recess? We'll come back by 2:15. Okay, this one.
Any part-time?
Wait, I just break for you.
She can't tell me she mom. I started for this place. This woman, the name one. She want fry that. She tell me so that I don't go pay for me. This one, see if I will lodge. At last, okay, but at last I'm hungry. Oh, I just we have not.
Go break for.
People food oh they look me see for your own now. I'm gonna see my small this as I go as soon as I go as I'm gonna say so go and sit down. I'm very sure they go down my list. This sister going sir. Not the work. I have the woman. Because anytime I need for her, I will take a man as I break up with the stick leg. I come on, you buy a finish because I cannot buy. Any of us feeling that going down. Even if I go.
Let me go. If I will break, cut your leg. Let me.
No, that's not long silent children. You guys can go.
One house, please.
Okay, good afternoon, panel members. My name is Gloria David, and I am honored to introduce my group 3 team members who have worked tirelessly to bring this project to fruition.
Just like my committee, we actually work tirelessly to bring this dialogue to reality. And with me are my wonderful team members, starting from
Mr. Prince Douglas.
Linda.
Okay, I'm Professor Johnson. Sam Adela.
I'm Joshua Giboso.
And I'm Jennifer. Okay, we also have a supervisor who directed us throughout this project stuff, but it's not Mr. Massa. He really helped us throughout. It has supervisor. And of course, it has supervisor. So with me, it's like one of my colleagues who helped in getting the site for this data. Okay, we got the data from hardware.com.
Okay. We got is a telecommunication.
Please, can you guys start over? You start the time start counting from now. You have just 15 minutes. Sorry.
Okay, good afternoon, panel members. My name is Gloria David, and I am honored to introduce my 3 team members who work tirelessly to bring this data analysis project to the picture.
Okay, just like my colleague said, we have 3 members, and we really worked hard for this project. And with me here are Linda Woods.
Okay, I'm Professor Johnson. Sam Adela.
I'm Jennifer. Thank you. Okay, we got our data from Kabu.com.
Okay, this is actually a telecommunication data set. Got it from Kabu.com. And then we used the Microsoft Excel workbook 2019 to upload it. And then from the data set, to ensure that it's clean and there are no duplicates, we use the function in Excel called the power query. And then we query it to ensure that it's clean. Then thereafter, in order for us to, because there are requirements, yeah, we are given requirements in order to get our dashboard. And please go to the requirements. Okay, from the requirements, the telecommunication network asks us to know the total customers, total number of customers that are current and the terminated ones. And then we are also going to check the gender-based churn, age-based churn, multiple line-based churn, contracts. You can see them as till number 18. And so we used the pivot table in order to analyze and get our dashboard. My fellow colleague will take us in that job.
Okay, so from the data given to us, we're asked to find the working on the customer's churn. And what's churn? Churn is the rate at which a customer decides to stop working with a company or an organization. So by doing this, by analyzing this data, we help to get information which helps the companies to determine and help them get insights on the customer satisfactions. It helps them also know the area of improvement. It also helps them to know where they can improve more. And by doing this analysis, they help the company to make data-driven decisions, which will make the company go better. Thank you.
All right, from the data set.
Yeah, please hold on. Let them display.
From the dashboard, we have the telephone customer churn data set given to us. as many as possible. So we cannot just begin to look at it. So we have to very and then we're able to get the cost of the total number of the customers, which is 7,043. And current customers are working with this telecommunication 5,174. Terminated customers, we have 1,869. Here we have number of male and female that are working in that telecommunication. We also find out that we have current customer charges, but for them, the overall charges is 16,556,169. And so the terminated charges are this, why the current charges are this. And I want my colleague to continue from there.
Sorry, use the mouse to extend the dashboard so you can see the other side of it. It's okay. It's okay. Like that, please. Yes. No. That's not what I'm talking about. There.
Oh, yeah. This is very difficult to manage to control. Okay. No, give me, let me do it. That's a very difficult. Sorry. Don't worry, give the link and then don't give it. This one is different point. That was your laptop.
Looking at this dashboard, not sure, just as my colleague have earlier said, telecommunication company have been experiencing disconnecting customers. That is what we mean by the churn. So we analyze this dashboard, and it has revealed that a certain percentage of customers left this company. They no longer patronize their services. You can see 27% of customers were lost, and it was as a result of certain services, and that's what we intend to expose to the board. Now, looking at the gender, you can imagine 939, 930, male and female per se left the company, no longer patronize the company. Now let's look at the payment method. You can see they consider electronic check more than bank transfer, credit card, and mailed check. So this indicates, it simply explains that the company is experiencing more payment transaction from this electronic check rather than bank transfer. So there is need to improve on the bank. Probably network issues might be a barrier or a limitation. The mail and also credit card. Of course, oftentimes most POS don't function as it ought to. So coming to the internet service, we discovered that fiber optic have the highest rate of the highest churn rate at 42% compared to that of the DSL and the NO for 19% and 7%. So in all these, the contract type base, looking at those who are month-to-month base, 1 year, 2 year. So we also discovered that the month-to-month base is higher than the other contract type base. So this dashboard, in a nutshell, has explained the challenge of teleco, which is the churn, why customers are disconnecting, leaving the service. So I would like my colleague to give us the executive summary and recommendation. Thank you.
All right, I just want us to look at this dashboard. In reality, is there any business owner who want to invest billions of naira in a business, then will go into the business with a guess? Of course, you will out of business. So you need the word data. So we need the service of a business data analyst, which my team and I are ready to render the service, a professional service to ensure that this business owner make profit at the end of the day. Okay, so now let's look at it. So it's so interesting about this dashboard. The churn rate of 27% call for immediate attention. Yes, it's because it means that it's an indication that there is poor customer satisfaction. Number two, it means that they need to enhance customer service because if customers are not satisfied with their service, they cannot continue to do business with you, they will quit your services. Okay, I remembered when I asked a parent in my school that why do you keep bringing your student to the school with billions of naira being paid here monthly? They say, yes, I love the way the minders, the teachers are in harmony with the student. And the students are learning so well. I'm getting the best of the service. They are not considering, see, what I mean is that they will not consider how much is your service if you are giving them the best satisfaction in the business. So the 27% cushion rate is a concern. We are saying that these people, this business should have, we are recommending that they should have to mitigate this high rate of cushion rate by enhancing customer service and investing in customer training, investing in customer service representative. So when customers are being trained on how to handle their clients, there will be more turn-up, more patronage. So with this, we believe that if they also seek feedback from customers, there will be an improvement in the business. Thank you.
Okay, and then you can also follow us. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. You can follow us. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. Yes, you can. Yes, you can always follow. You can always follow us on LinkedIn. Yes, thank you.
Okay, you did a very good job, and your dashboard is interactive. So, you guys did not talk and say anything about the slider. So, please use the mouse to click on the slider. Let's see what happens.
Okay, thank you for that. We did it. The slider explains, we talked about the churn rate. So I earlier explained the DSL, the fiber optic, and the node. These are three different categories. So when you click on the slider, based on its dynamic nature, that's the dashboard, and it's connected, interconnected, so it automatically changes. It gives you a different report. Percentage of this set, the DSL, the fiber optic, and the node, giving you their personalized percentage based on what we have on the overall insight.
Okay. Okay, so you guys talked about that they needed, based on the churn rates, they needed to improve. So I would ask Mrs. Nenda, what do you advise they do to be able to retain their customers?
Okay, we advise that there should be improvement in customer service, and that can be done through gathering information or feedback, so they can design a survey and send it across to their clients to seek for information. So from that feedback, there will be no area to improve. This will bring more clients back to the business.
Thank you. That's a job well done. Okay. So good to see your appearance was okay. You guys tried. And you also did well. Then your storytelling. I think you guys need to work on that a little bit. And your teamwork, you guys really did well as a team. And your dashboard, I would say, was interactive, just like I said. And I think that's it. Thank you. Okay, so I'll leave my boss to give a closing remark for today's events.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Please, can you hear me? Okay, yeah. And kudos to our data analytics students. You have done extremely noble, and we are very, very proud of you. At least we have a good report to present that our efforts and your efforts also are not in vain. So just to remind us that in 2 months' time from now, that is next year, you would be writing certification exams either in advanced Excel or in Power BI. I think you'll be given the choice to choose whichever one you prefer to sit for. So your instructor would begin the preparation for the exams probably by next year or a time he decides, because it's quite intensive, over 400 questions, either 400 to 500 questions with case studies for it to become certified. But I also need to add at this point that the exam vouchers would be given to those with appreciable number of that's percentage of attendance. That is 80% attendance. They are the only ones that will get the exam voucher for the exam, since it is not binding. So the vouchers are not for all the students. So those with 80% attendance or the metrics to be defined by your tutor would get the exam vouchers. And from a lot of your projects, we see quite a lot of industry tailored cases. So we are hoping that as the program proceeds to its end, the next 3 months or 2 months, you should try to develop lots of use case scenarios that solves real industry problems. Possibly, if we're able to do that at your graduation, we will now see how to invite some of these companies and industries to be present.
Let's just hold on for a bit. I think it's having some kind of network issues.
Okay, sorry, my network got cut off. So I was saying that I'm saying that in the coming months, we should see how to collaborate amongst ourselves, the networking arm, the the data analytics arm, and the full stack arm, so that we can come up with a project that is all encompassing and that can solve several problems. Because in a lot of your work I've seen today, there are solutions that can be integrated into web. So doing that, we can have quite a long way to go after now. So thank you very much. And we promise our full support as you go on with the program. Whatever resources you know you will need, whatever advice and mentorship, please do let us know so that it can come out a full success. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we have come to the end of today's presentation, and we really do appreciate you guys. You guys are doing well, and keep up the good work.